Look, I completely understand. I get it that the GM, the head coach are going to talk about how they like what they did in free agency. But Brad Holmes came out firing when he talked to the media yesterday. And I just absolutely love it. I'm here for it, and I'm excited about it. So let's talk about what Brad Holmes had to say. Let's talk about what Dan Campbell had to say. And there's a target out there that the Detroit Lions are still pursuing, and they didn't even hold back on that either. So in this video, we're first going to talk about the Plan A targets in free agency. How many did the Detroit Lions get? And then we are going to talk about one more player that is still out there that the Lions are pursuing. Okay, so before we do that, hit that subscribe button. We are pushing for 20,000 subs. I don't know, it just feels good to say 20,000. We want to have that big base in this community so that you are getting that video sent to you. You don't have to wonder when we put a new video out. It'll be available for you because you are subscribed to this channel. Okay, without further ado, all right, here's the article title, How Detroit Lions Landed Every Plan A Target in Free Agency. Brad Holmes came out. He just flat out said, I truly believe this was our best free agency of all that we've had since we've been here. Pause. Comment. How many of you feel like that's a true statement? How many of you feel like this is the best free agency haul the Detroit Lions have brought in since Brad Holmes has been here? I'll give you a second. Go for it, right? All right. And while you're typing that in, I'm going to simply tell you I agree with him. Now, partially because this is the most money we've had, but also because we didn't go insane. We allowed ourselves to get better as a team. We did. We got better as a team. But at the same exact time, we set ourselves up and didn't hamstring ourselves for the future. It was really, really good. So Brad Holmes came out and he said, through our planning and process this year, we have these number one targets. We were able to get every single one of our number one targets that we were out to get. It doesn't always work that way. Sometimes you might strike out on one. You got to go to plan B. You got to go to plan C. No, we were actually able to land plan A. So who were some of these plan A guys? All right. One of them is just nuts that they were planning on this guy. I had a good feeling of Carlton, Coach Dan Campbell said. We didn't really want to throw at him. We knew he was a good cover guy and he'll tackle on the perimeter. There are just things he can do where he can take his side of the field away at times. And then they went on to talk about how they knew, all right, that they were able to make the trade. They knew they were going to be able to make the trade because of Tampa Bay's cap situation. They thought they were going to make one of their corners available. Carlton Davis was actually the one that they didn't throw at during the games this year. They tried to keep it away from him. I have not confirmed on the tape, but that is what they said. All right, and so there it is. And then they were like, hey, if we make the Carlton trade, and we're like, oh man, we're going to lose Robertson. I mean, we just traded for a corner, Campbell explained. He's like, are we going to get this done or not? And he wanted to come. Like, he wanted to come to Detroit. To him, he's coming to compete to start. So he wants to come in and earn his right. I love that about this kid. So now they're able to have Carlton and Robertson. So I like the competition that we have. It's almost like they realize, like, hey, we have, and they still have Mosley, by the way. And then they go and they're offering to get Kevin Zeitler. And he's a guy that he said, I just feel like he fits a glove for what we're about, Holmes said. He plays the game how we want to play it. He fits the identity of what we're all about. Again, he was another one that we weren't sure. We wanted to get Glasgow and him. That was the plan A, to be able to get both of them. We were just thrilled with it. All right, so then we got to go to finalizing a couple things. We need to talk about DJ Reader, and we need to talk about what Holmes said about him. And don't worry, I'm still getting to the player that we're going after. All right, the pass rush for DJ Reader was what really sold me, Holmes said. Like the run defense, like, yeah, he can do that. But there's athleticism down there. Oh, this is Davenport. All right, but there's athleticism down in there that he can catch edges and push the pocket and harass a quarterback as well, and he plays hard. So again, I can talk enough about Reader. You guys obviously got a chance to speak with him. He's a great human. All right, what you're going to get is you're getting an athletic, explosive player with length, Campbell said when talking about Davenport. So Reader, what we just said, Davenport here. He plays hard, and I think a lot of it is who is this guy opposite of Hutch that can really crush the pocket and close it down. What he makes it, whether he makes it or sends it to Hutch, was really a lot of what that is. We really felt like we've got to compliment Hutch. Yep, that makes sense. So you're complimenting a McNeil with Reader, all right? Underrated, one of the best 1-2 punches on the inside, and then you just want to get a guy that can complement Hutch. That's amazing. That's amazing. But there's another wide receiver that's still in the fold, and it has been reported, and Campbell just flat out said it, all right? I found this in another place where Campbell just said, we're still in contact with J-Ray, Josh Reynolds. We have all been wondering, what's going on with Josh Reynolds? Campbell said on Tuesday. I don't think it's a secret what we think about him as far as the type of player he is. The unselfishness, the dirty work, the versatility. So look, I love J-Ray, and that doesn't mean something won't get done. All right, they still want him here. Brad Holmes went on to say he's one that was part of the original plan. We're still having dialogue. We'll just kind of see where that goes. But that's really the one that's still out there who was in the original plans. They still want Josh Reynolds. So why don't they have him? It's simple. They believe he's worth a certain amount of money. Josh Reynolds believes he's worth a certain amount of money. So he's going to go around and he's going to try and get that money. I'm going to give him the advice of don't look too long, because if you look for too long, they're going to go ahead and they're going to draft another wide receiver. They're going to get another wide receiver. And by the way, they have Donovan Peoples-Jones. They brought him back on another deal. I think Donovan Peoples-Jones can be similar to what Josh Reynolds did. Campbell said that Peoples-Jones will have a better understanding of what we're doing going into camp. And he said, and so I think what it does is it just gives us somebody that we know can play the position. He's a bigger body guy too, so it's a little different than anybody we've got. So can DPJ play that role that Josh Reynolds plays? Maybe it can. I don't know. But we got all of our plan A's. Josh Reynolds is still in the plan. I thought it was kind of interesting that they were talking about how they got all their plan A's, and the only guy left now is Josh Reynolds. So they didn't say he wasn't a plan A, but they kind of insinuated that he wasn't a plan A. So I don't know how I feel about that, but the truth is in the NFL, more than anything, money talks. And so the question is, can they come to an agreement on a price? And that is one of the things I love about Brad Holmes. He believes people are worth a certain amount of money. That's what he's willing to give them. That's it. We haven't gone out and signed another wide receiver either. So let's see what happens. Let's see if we address it in the draft. Let's see if we get Reynolds back in free agency. I'm looking forward to it. But the Lions got their guys. All right. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you on the next one. Hit that subscribe button, and then I'll be more likely to see you on the next one. I don't know. I'm just saying stuff. See ya.